Hello, this is your president speaking. Before I start the show today, I have to make a quick announcement. With a heavy heart, I do have to announce my retirement of the outro of the John Cena and fuck John Cena. We've been doing it for many years now, but with him officially leaving the WWE, there is no way I feel like I can continue and fucking John Cena at the end of our episodes. So in 2025, we'll have to think of something else to finish off the show with. But when he's done, we're done with that little bit that we do. And on to the show.
Join Card Tricks live on Whatnot, the only place for regular wrestling breaks in the UK. Get £5 off your first purchase using code SCRNEW. Maybe that turns into your first one-of-one auto. Only one way to find out. Follow Card Tricks UK on Instagram and join the WhatsApp group via the link in the bio for all the latest news of what we are breaking and when. Let's get ready to rumble! Code only valid for first-time Card Tricks customers.
And now, presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Welcome to episode 30. 30? Fucking hell, that's a good start to the show. 54, fucking hell. I don't know why I said 30. It's a hot day, guys. It's a hot day. Welcome to episode 54. I'm here, as always, your president, El Presidente, Viva, Viva. I'm also here with Chris, sitting hello. And sadly, Jamie cannot be here today. He's getting a back sack and crack done to match his hairline. So, with that being said, we have filled the third person chair today with 1/3 of the Card Foundation podcast, the CFP. My fourth favourite Tancredi, and Tuah on that double bagging drip. It's Danny Tancredi.
That was maybe the greatest entrance I've ever received.
There's going to be a lot of Tuah today, I think. That is taken the internet by storm. I don't know why.
Taking the world by storm, isn't it?
I mean, well, at least we know what the title of the show is going to be. Lovely stuff. Guys, how are we? All good?
Doing good.
Yeah, doing good.
Welcome to the show, Danny. You can't fucking complain now. You'd never get invited onto other shows
That's
anymore.
true. Yeah. For a while, P-Bear and Johnny were getting invited to everything, and I was just sitting here, hanging around, waiting for an invitation somewhere. And here we are. We made it.
Well, the good news is later on the show, because we normally have a coffee break. Note that one down, Chris. And instead of having P-Bear say it today, we can have Danny say it today. So you just have to brush off on your coffee later on in the most New York way you can sound. So lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Saves more later on for Jamie to do. Great. Yeah. Okay. So, we can move on to what have we been watching. And normally we start off with a bit of anything else but wrestling, to be honest, because that's normally quite good. And any of you seen the new Beverly Hills Cop film? Just went on to Netflix?
I have not, no. I've seen that it's come out, and I think I've seen the trailer. There was a couple of funny bits in there.
Blows my mind that they've done it like 30 years after the last film. like Eddie Murphy for years has been like, I can't leave it on the way I left it. I just can't leave it on the way I left it. But yeah, it was all right. I watched that yesterday after the football. Football was pretty terrible again, but hey, lovely stuff. Soccer.
Terrible? We won.
Well, we won, but it was quite
it's fucking England's always like that, isn't it? Have you ever seen England not be like that?
Well, true. They'll gel in the final, no doubt, I'm sure. hopefully.
Well, as your wanker outsider here, apparently it's boiling down to the manager. Is that correct? A lot of people are not fans.
Well, I hope not. He's an ugly fucker.
He cost us Euro 96 in 1996, so I've never liked him since then. He missed a penalty, so...
Well, and he used to play for Aston Villa. He was one of my favourite players playing for Aston Villa. And then he moved to Middlesbrough because Middlesbrough were apparently a bigger club. Fuck you, Gareth. See you later, mate. If you're going to say wanker, Danny, he is a wanker. He is a wanker.
Everyone would agree with that.
You guys should hire Ted Lasso. That's what you need. Speaking that actually ties into what are we watching and and football at the same time. So
yeah, well, that's good, man. Are you liking it?
Ted Lasso, that's my go-to rewatch show. Okay. I usually have about 3. I go with Ted Lasso, Entourage, but this might shock some people. I'm about to endure on Game of Thrones for the first time.
Oh, I wish I was in your body right now.
I never watched it, and some female friends were saying I should dive in, and what they say rules. So I gotta give it a go.
You literally been in this show for about 5 minutes and you're already talking about your harem of women, Danny.
That should be expected, though.
No, I love Game of Thrones, even though everyone's slagged the last couple of series off, mainly the last series, but
maybe the last one.
Yeah, Hard Home. There's an episode called Hard Home, and you'll get to it eventually. But it's one of the best. Because my dad loved it as well, and it was one of the best TV episodes I think I've ever seen. Really cool, really, really cool. Anyway, we'll move on to what we've been watching regarding the wrestling, sadly. So Forbidden Door, we're going to skip over Forbidden Door. If you want to listen to what happened at Forbidden Door, go and listen to Card Foundation last week. You went through it. You were there, Danny. You went through it at length, and the show was at length. I love New Japan, though, right? So I think the only thing really to talk about is the fact that Brav lost, which is sad, but hopefully we get to see him win it all in, which is everything that we want, right? So...
I'd rather Swerve.
Oh, shut up.
I love Swerve.
I mean, they were both massively over. I mean, the crowd was dueling chants all night. It was, that good old Cuck Meltzer gave it a 5.5 star. So that was as advertised, and that was a banger. Match of the night.
Cool. No, it is what it is. You expect it from them two now, to be honest. It's not a unique thing, I would say. I am looking forward to the future of what the division of what they're doing between the two of them. I think it's going to be great. Put Hangman in there as well. I think I'm still a lover of Hangman. I don't care what people say. Fuck it. But no, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes on this year. Just sadly, the rest of the show is a bit shit, but never mind.
All I saw from Forbidden Door was Danny losing the pack battle with Dave Nagel. PMG.
That is confirmed, yeah.
Can't beat the PMG, yeah.
It was a shit PMG, though.
Goldie.
Yeah. And actually, that was the second time he said he pulled Dustin, so
really?
Go figure. But that's my luck lately. I can't hit anything out of any box, and that's why I got to start breaking, because I need other people to touch the boxes, touch the packs. I'm just the kiss of death. So you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, but when you break for other people, you hit fire.
Yeah, because it's not for me. And
exactly.
I, once again, curse like no other.
Yeah.
I also have to complain on this show. I complain on my podcast all the time. I got to take it to other podcasts.
It's the drip. It's the drip curse, maybe. Okay. Well, I did put on the notes, quite stupidly of me, Money in the Bank predictions. However,
what do you think? What's going to happen?
However, I forgot we're not in 2006 anymore, when the pay-per-views used to be on a Sunday night and not a Saturday night. But hey, I missed it anyway. I've watched lots of clips on it today. I haven't watched the full show. You guys watched the full show?
Yep.
I watched it via Card Tricks because he had it on while he was breaking. So like, you kind of see like the gist of it, but I didn't realize about Drew or anything that he had actually cashed in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Completely missed it.
God, it's a late one for you then.
Really late. Yeah, like 4.
Jesus. Are you drinking tea or coffee right now?
Tea. I don't drink coffee.
Didn't you?
Tea.
Jeez.
Yeah, just straight up coffees all day long.
Hello, you're on a British podcast. Do you want to too?
Oh, you guys say coffee? Is that a good accent? Coffee.
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 And a crumpet and a scone. Right, so I'll read it as verbatim from the results from Wikipedia because I can't be out. Yeah, I think that's the right way around. Anyway, so Money in the Bank ladder match for the men. So Drew won. Anyone shocked by that? I was not.
No.
The thing is, they've got Jey Uso and they've got LA Knight, and they've seemed to have fostered like a mid upper tier of the mid tier, if that makes any sense at the minute. The guys who are really over with the crowd, but are not doing fuck all results wise. I don't know how sustainable that is.
Reminds me of Matt Cardona. Do you know what I mean? When the crowd loved him and he just couldn't get the rub.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think Jey will be
to
fine.
Worry about, right? I mean, it's like if Zack Ryder getting all these chants doesn't, get to the upper echelon, there's a lot of, faces that were like that. My boy, Dolph Ziggler, he struggled with it too. He couldn't climb the mountaintop to get to the WWE Championship. And, he got the World Heavyweight Championship, but it's not the same. The WWE titles, that's the prize. And no one was hotter in 2014-15 than he was. Mm-hmm. Couldn't get it done. And then they just fade back into mid-card.
I did love the Tuah from Chad Gable off of the suitcase. That was quite funny. That bitch went down, man. He flew. The Spanish Fly as well onto the ladder from Andrade with Hayes onto the ladder. That was quite cool. But yeah, Drew, the thing is, we said on the last show, if you're a bad guy, you're pretty much going to win Money in the Bank because it's a good way to get a bad guy to get the title at some point. So I was a bit shocked that he cast it in later in the night, but we'll get there. Can we skip over Sami Zayn beating Braun Baker? Bro, I can't fucking talk.
Yeah, what was all that about? Why? I did not understand that at all. I thought that was like a guaranteed, new champion there. It just doesn't make any sense.
The hometown, they had to win something, so why not?
I guess, that I didn't think of that. Yeah, I suppose it was the Canadian vote.
Yeah, but why Braun?
Right.
Why Braun? Yeah, my golden boy, my egg, my future nest egg.
Could have done like Otis or someone. Do you know what I mean? Someone just a bit more.
No.
Actually, I'll get your thoughts on this real quick. I kind of like the fact that some of these like really protected stars lose in a way. Because I think it shows more about their character going forward than it does if, you do a schmosh finish or, DQ or just because, at the same time, like maybe he just gets so pissed off, he just elevates to another level. Or, I feel like with Gunther, we get that coddling where he's not going to lose ever and he's only going to win or something's going to happen. But, I kind of like that. I mean, Braun Breaker, again, my boy Ziggler, lost to him clean a couple times and it didn't damage anything with him. It took him to new heights.
Which would be fine, but I just want Braun to win everything.
Goldberg style.
You want Goldberg, yeah.
He's just amazing, man. Like,
yeah, he is.
Athletical wise, Jesus Christ, I'm having an evening. As being an athlete as he is, it's just scary, especially the size he is. And it's lovely. It really is to see someone with that pedigree and that talent actually getting the rub now. And I think the sky's the limit with him. I hope so, because my PC is going to explode price-wise at some point, and that would be lovely. But, I mean, it was a surprise. It just makes me go, when I see that kind of result, but whatever. I haven't seen any clips from or anything like that. It's the only match I think I've not seen really anything from. So, anyway, we'll move on. Was this actually third on the list? So Damian Priest winning his third match.
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus. Okay. Damian Priest, he defeated Seth Rollins and a cashing in Drew McIntyre. I did see the end of this match, and everyone knew that CM Punk would come in and wreck it all. That was not going to be a big surprise, really, was it? Seth now can no longer challenge Damian Priest again while he's champion. That's an interesting decision going forward. Thoughts, Danny, on Damian Priest, other than he's shit?
I'm not the biggest fan, and I like the grouping of Judgment Day. I think they're entertaining when they're on TV, and they'll have quality matches. It's not like they're the worst things in the world to watch, but I fully expect Gunther to take the title at SummerSlam. I think they positioned him with that long Intercontinental reign, and they're just going to throw the strap on him, and he'll run with it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the kick out or the no kick out?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to get onto botches because there was that.
There was a lot.
And the Drew McIntyre Claymore. And I think that was more Drew's fault than it actually was Damian Priest's fault. But it just, anytime those two face off together, it's just sloppy as fuck. It really is. And I don't know why. They should have this big man chemistry between them. Like, it should work really well, and it just doesn't. Which is sad, but I don't know. I think Damian Priest has just been such a letdown. I've seen him on the Indies, Danny, and I think he was a really good talent, and I think, I don't know whether it was, the thing is, you can't even say it was too soon for him. He's been around a very long time. He's had his time in NXT and stuff like that. He's getting on a bit now. I say getting on a bit now. He's still, what is he, 38, 39? He's in his 30s. He's in his late 30s. So he hasn't got much time left in his prime. But if this is his prime, sad days.
My problem is he's not even the best in his group. Yeah. I would take Finn or Dom any day. I think their characters are better. They're better workers. I guess there's just this thing with Priest right now, but
yeah, because Finn, had that WWE Championship reign, although very short, but he was still believable for like me as like a top guy, whereas Priest just isn't quite there. He's kind of where Jey Uso and LA Knight are. What you were saying, Dave, earlier.
The upper mid card, the upper mid card. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He'll be back down there soon, I'm sure. Anyway, we'll go on to probably the most least surprising result of the evening. Tiffany Stratton winning Money in the Bank. And I'm sure, Chris, before we even say this, I'm sure you wanted Chelsea Green to win.
Yeah, for sure.
She nearly did.
Yeah, really. She stole the show, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought they were going to give it to Tiffy. She's positioned well, character-wise, to have this now. And I don't know. The only thing is, when is she going to cash it in? SummerSlam?
Good question. I think it's going to be a wait. I think she's going to hold on to it for a while.
Rumble, maybe.
It won't be until it's Tiffy time. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Viagra was needed for that one. I'll tell you that, though.
We'll go on to the Bloodline beating Cody, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Again, no big surprise. You can't have those boys beating the Bloodline.
No.
It just doesn't make any sense. It stops all of their momentum. I would say Jacob looked really good. I think he did some really good spots in the ring and stuff like that from what I saw. So, yeah, sky's the limit with them, really. I do think Solo looks like doesn't Solo just look like Samoa Joe? But he's just got the Samoa Joes about him. Everything he does, I'm just like, I look at him, I'm like, it's just because he's stubby and tubby. That's all, probably. I don't know. But
is it because of the shorts he wears?
And the shorts he wears.
That might be it.
It's just, I don't know, man. I just look at him, I just think, I think Samoa Joe would have done a better thing, but never mind. Where they go with the Bloodline now? more.
They just keep adding to it, don't they?
Yeah.
We're going to have...
Got to be
who is it
Roman at some point. Returning.
Hikuleo, yeah. Hikuleo will come across at some point. Do they need him, though, at this point? I don't know.
I mean, how many people do you want to fill in one stable? And then be able to put a spotlight on all of them, too. That's I think, what they're going to have a difficult time, kind of balancing. Because the two stars are going to be Jacob and Solo. Yeah. Tonga and Tama.
I think Tama wanted to be that star, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, I haven't seen a lot of him over in Japan, but I was impressed with what I saw yesterday. I like the movements. He's a really solid worker. He's scrappy. It fits to what the bloodline would need, because they don't have that style of wrestler in their stable, even with the old regime of the Usos and Roman. Quick
and slick. I think those two boys, those brothers are.
Yep.
I've seen them wrestle as the Gorillas of Destiny quite a few times, but every time I've seen them, they've made any other tag team that they face just look, I don't know, I wouldn't say second class, but not in their league, basically. And they're great tag teams I've seen them against. So I think that they're going to be a shoe-in to get the tag titles, but I think that's where they're going to land, sadly, at some point. And I've saved the best for last. I haven't put this on here, and obviously I covered it at the start of the show. John Cena is out of here. Probably. Yeah. He said, so Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and Mania will be his last 3 shows, I think. Don't know what's going to happen with him over in Netflix. That would be interesting to see what he does over there. But yeah, he's done. And to be honest, I expected it. He's not a wrestler anymore. He's a film star. And he just hasn't been a wrestler in my eyes for about, I think probably about 4 or 5 years, since COVID, really, to be honest. Maybe a bit before.
Kind of after that US title run. After that, he kind of declined a little bit, didn't he? Stopped.
2008, 2009, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, 18 or 19, yeah.
Yeah. So it's no great shock, no great shakes, I don't think. But more on that when it gets closer to the time. There's no point talking about much more on it now, because there's going to be a lot of fanfare, I'm sure, before he leaves. Trish looked hot, though. Damn.
Talk about never aging. She's like reversing. Crazy.
It truly is a wonder of life. Okay, we'll go on to news. So card news, not a lot really to cover in card news. It's been last couple of weeks has just been, but we'll get through it. So the big one for us anyway, this may not be an international thing that we're breaking, but we always say on this show we'd always concentrate on British promotions, British products over anything else. So, and to be honest, there's not a lot that happens recently, to be honest. Sam, get your ass into gear. But we can announce WrestleCrate and Cardtricks have produced and are going to be sending out soon their first card, which is Leon Slater. So this is going to go out on WrestleCrate's next high-tier monthly subscriptions.
Yes, correct.
So you can I have a picture of all of the parallels that you can get. Just bear with me one sec. You can get a base. You can get a blue out of 250. You can get a red out of 199 wrestler exclusive. Not 100% sure what that is, actually.
Maybe that's a gimmick table deal.
I think that's it. So I think they're just for Leon himself. I'd assume anyway when you kind of hear that.
Cool.
Right.
You get a green out of 99, a pink out of 49, a Cardtricks exclusive out of 27, which is very nice. You also get an orange out of 10, a purple out of 5, and a gold 1 of 1.
Yeah.
So there's the rundown. My favourite is obviously I love the card tricks.
The card tricks one looks wicked.
The blue and red. That's quite cool, man. I do like that. We did get a couple ourselves.
We did.
What did you get?
I got the green to 99.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And the base as well.
And the base. Yes.
I love that they're slapping the rookie logo on that bad boy. Nicely done.
I have the base, and I also have the out of 250. I was a bit gutted that I didn't get any higher. I was really hoping actually to get the card tricks out. 27.
Yeah, same. But Jamie got the lowest number, didn't he?
He got the pink out 49.
Yeah. So
we got a good spread, and it's nice that we had a good look at everyone else's. So it's very cool, man. It's very cool. And thank you, the Wrestle Crate gods and Chris from Cartrix for sorting that out for us. So very cool. So we'll go on, and I think but the higher tier monthly, I think the closing date on that is the 12th.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Depending on when this show comes out, you may only have a couple of hours. Jamie, if you hear this, Jamie, hurry the fuck up. So we'll see what happens with that. WWE Panini Prism 2024 is out the 19th of the 7th, hobby-wise, and undercard is the 31st of the 7th. Card Tricks have obviously got them on the pre-bids. They'll have them on the pre-bids when they get the checklists out and stuff like that. Yeah. So please make sure you bookmark those shows. We have no checklist, and so we can't really talk about much.
No. And have they said what they're doing with undercard this year, or like retail or whatever they call it? Are they just doing image variations again, or?
Well, it's the black, isn't it? Color Blast.
Right, that's the only thing I think they've announced.
Yeah. And I think they'll probably have some kind of disco donut variant again or something like that.
Yep.
Probably. But I would say they're worth the money. Undercard. People are a bit about undercard. I always think they're worth the money. You always get some kind of nice stuff in there. So cool. I think we're all looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the start of 2024, really, isn't it, in cards? So it's going to be quite cool to see. No Panini instance that I've seen from the last show, which was... What was last show?
Clash at the Castle.
Clash at the Castle. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those yet, but sure they'll come out soon. AEW Flagship, Black Diamond, and Allure, all TBC. We did get Forbidden Door match dated moments, MJF, Tony, Britt Baker, Swerve, Silverjack, and a gold D. Bryan mutilating my Shingo. So let me go. Oh, Danny, you bought fuck all. Oh, no. Chris, you got the whole set.
Oh, so close.
Oh, really?
I got everything. I got 2 silvers and no golds, and I'm not about to go and buy another load of packs just to try and get that gold. I'd rather just buy it off of Facebook or something. Do you know what I mean? See if I can get, do a part, give him a silver and a bit of cash and try and get it that way.
How many packs? 10?
12.
12, okay. That's not too bad.
I did 8 and I got 4 swerves and then like the rest of it. And then I was like, I'll just do a few more. So I might do a couple more the day. I usually do a couple more the day before it goes. So it'll be like Thursday, I think. Thursday. I might buy like 2 or 3 more.
I think I should probably dive in. Being that I was there, I'm a sentimental collector.
Yeah.
So any of the events I go to that I see they put something out of, like with Prism, this WrestleMania 40 parallel is it's gonna be the death of me. Just from being there, I'm gonna have it, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
they look cool.
You were right, Lloydy. It was a 0 for me because I didn't feel like donating money to Upper Deck just to get base cards again. So
I did do a few. Like this is different for me, just because I do love New Japan, really. So, but I did want to get the Jack Perry silver this time round. The scapegoat. Yeah, I thought that's quite cool. I love it. Thing is, he's the scapegoat because of All In last year, right? So I think that's like we made him basically. But yeah, so I got that. I didn't get a gold, and I can't remember how many of the cards. I did actually have a few trades that came in to swap out for the base cards I didn't have. So I only think I need a couple more, but I'm not going to go and try and get the gold or anything like that. Yeah. Happy.
But if you ever do that, Marcus Brandon, he's great for, helping you out with completing those base sets. So
Cool. Nice one. All right. So we would normally go to our individual segment sections. We're going to skip Jamie's Corner this week because he's not here and there's nothing really to go through. So Chris,
hello.
Do you want to take us through the Nook?
Let's go to my Nook. So let's, again, kind of similar to Jamie's Corner. There's not a lot going on because Jamie's not here. So update from you, Dave. How are you getting on with the search?
Well, to be honest, this would have been a week that... Because we've been so quick recently. We've been turning them round, haven't we? From
we've been
one episode to one episode generally. So it's... normally this week should be kind of an update week, but we're going to have 2 update weeks before we get to the next reveal. I have ordered mine from Canada. Cost me about 3,000 Canada dollars, which was about £3.50.
Like a fiver,
yeah, something like that. It was hardly any money. Even the postage, it was all under a fiver still. Amazing. So in what state that will come in and when it will come is another thing. It has been posted, but I'm very aware I've got many, many weeks. So we'll see. Canada to UK postage is normally really slow. America is all right, but from Canada and Germany,
3
2
weeks,
places,
4 weeks normally.
Yeah, for some reason those 2 places do not like the UK. Not too sure why. Anyway, so it's on its way. How's yours, Chris?
Who are you buying for? Are you buying for me?
You. Yeah.
Me, cool. Yeah. I've ordered mine. It's from the UK. It cost me £2.25. So it is literally like a shit card. But if it fits the brief, it might win. I don't know. And I think Jamie said he has ordered his one, hasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
I think he said that, yeah. So, yeah, we might get an update soon. It just depends when we're all here together again.
It is what it is. There's no rushes there. So,
cool.
All cool.
That's about it.
Yeah. So, that's on the back burner then. Nothing else for your Nook, Chris?
Nothing else for my Nook, no.
Okay. Let's open the President's Hole. So, Jamie, this week, can I please have LaRue Bulletproof, please? Interesting about that. So, Glastonbury was on. I should have said, what we've been watching as well, Glastonbury. Coldplay. I'm not a massive fan of Coldplay, but amazing last night. And one year I went to Glastonbury and I went over to watch LaRue play because they were number 1 in the charts. And I thought, how often are you ever going to see someone who's number 1 in the Billboard charts playing the song that's at number 1? Very unique. So every time that song's on the radio, I always nudge the missus. I'm like, I saw them play this at Glastonbury when they were number 1. So I do it every time. And today, actually, I was in the car and baby's in the back blabbering away some shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And the missus just said to me, when you were at Glastonbury, we're listening to these guys where they were number 1 because they were on the radio. And I was like, oh, fuck, you got me. I've got to stop doing that now. Anyway, sorry. I digress. So, Liberator of the Week. We did have a Liberator of the Week. The topic was sweet. And I think it was under 30 quid for the brief. Yeah, okay, cool. So we had a couple of submissions. Not loads, I think, generally because I kind of snuck it on everyone. So let me just have a quick look.
You say not loads, but you got over 20, I think. Which is still,
like 25.
It's still quite a lot of cards to choose from.
Yeah, it was good. Hey, I'm harping back to the days when I used to get 50, 60 and be like, oh God, which one do I choose here? Yeah, there were some good ones. There was a lot of like Too Sweets. And yeah, I like your one. The Sweet Soraya Night. I think that was quite cool.
Soraya's mum.
Yeah.
That's her only card that I could find as well.
There's a reason.
There's a reason that she's a cartoon on it, and it's not an actual picture. Sorry.
I think Lena Headley actually did play her really well in that Page biopic that they did, though. That was quite cool. Lots of ones from Brian and lots of ones from Gordo and yourself, because you guys are trying to get you're trying to win 5. So, but the winner this time round was a member of the ATP, Wes Clark. So well done, mate.
I'm going to show Danny the card. It's
nice.
It's a lenticular.
I love those lenticulars.
Yeah, that makes Jamie hard. So Tom's WWE Slam Attacks, Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music. Was it the 10th anniversary of?
Yeah, 2017. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's a lenticular. It's very nice. It's very gold. It's very nice. I was a bit shocked by it, actually. I didn't think... I think Slam Attacks are very hit and miss. Chris, I know you love Chrome, and I'm not putting that...
I love Chrome, but I don't love the rest of it.
Yeah.
I like the card stock.
Yeah. But that was very cool, man. That was a very, very cool submission that he did. I haven't filled out his card yet. I need to do it. When I do, there'll only be 4 left. So there's only going to be 4 Liberator of the Weeks before I decommission this segment. So you've got to be on it, guys. Last 4 episodes four episodes in the future coming soon. I'm not gonna drag this out anymore. This is going to be done soon. Ooh. Yeah, I might do like a double one week as well. Might do. We'll see. Anyway, to the next segment, and the next segment your brother's really shit at, Danny. $10.40. $10.40. So the premise of the segment of $10.40 is that I challenge someone each episode to go out there and buy something for $10.40 and then send us a memo of a voice note of what they have bought. And it could be one thing, it could be 2 things, could be 3 things. The sky's the limit with $10.40, right? So I challenged this week Travis Fowler to do it, and we cut to a clip of Travis.
Morning, guys. I am calling in with my $10.40 challenge. So it took me a few days, but I found one. But I also wanted to make sure that my $10.40 was with tax and shipping. So on eBay, I purchased the Jumbo Action Pack promo card of Diesel. Did this for a couple reasons. Action Pack's really popular right now with Chronicles, as well as Nash will be at WrestleCon up in Cleveland for SummerSlam. So picked it up. Gonna go take that to get signed by him, because that's a cool thing to have. And then who knows, maybe this will lead to more action packed cards. So it was a total of $9.65. So I had 75 cents to go. That was card, shipping, and tax. So have a great show. Talk to you guys soon.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Travis, for doing that this week. Amazing selection there. I never even knew about this big Diesel action packed before. Have you guys ever seen it before?
Nope.
Very cool.
Very cool, yeah. When you posted it, I thought that it was just a regular action pack. Yeah, I think it was until you said something in that group chat that I was like, oh shit, it's like a fucking giant one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's really cool, yeah.
Yeah. Don't say a group chat giant one like that. you just found out now, aren't you, Chris? Fucking amazing, isn't it?
It's your euphemisms, not mine.
Yeah. Well, jeez. Anyway, so we did ask what colour paint pen is he going to get for the autograph he's going to go on it. He said either gold or pink. I think pink, personally.
Yeah.
He did say Nash is a bit particular with his pen colours. So
You might not. But surely on that one, you know, you could even maybe argue it and be like, come on, dude, look at the card. Mm-hmm. It's fucking pink. Do you know, I get it, like that he might still not want to do it, but...
Danny, did you ever hear the story of when I got the Steiner Brothers signed? So
No.
Trav very nicely went to go get a couple of the WCW 91s, you know, the UK version. Yeah, they look Saved by the Bell looking ones for the Steiner Brothers. So I was thinking, do I get a dual of them on one card or get them separate cards? So I went for separate cards, and because of what they're wearing, pink would have been the best option to sign the card. So Scott and and his brother. So Scott wasn't very receptive to having pink. He said, I'm only going to do it in black because I'm not a fag. Word for word. Word for word. Good old Scott.
Why am I not surprised?
I like his nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Well, I say that I have to say who I'm challenging for the next episode. We're going to go with Graham Reed, and there is a reason we're going for Graham Reed, and I can announce it now. The next episode 55, Graham Reed will be sitting in for Chris on the next episode. So he is going to be doing a live reveal of $10.40 on the next episode. So I'm extremely looking forward to this.
By the way,
Danny, would you like to
shit?
Huh?
Why is my brother shit at this?
Because he was supposed to do the first week, and he was all like, yeah, all right, and then didn't get back to us at all.
Nice. I am no flake like him, so I would be honored if you featured me at some point.
Lovely. Okay, we'll be in contact with $10.40. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a flake. I think ultimately he's got one of the biggest hearts. You know, I love your brother. He's got one of the biggest hearts ever. We have a proper bromance going on. But when it comes to application, fuck me.
I mean, even his wife acknowledges, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be on Whatnot, and he's like, oh, you know, I'm talking to Lloydy, and she knows the whole cast of characters, and it's something. So it's, when you say there's a bromance there, it's true.
Oh no, we've always got on like a house on fire. But yeah, like I just when he says he's going to do something, I'd like him to actually follow through with it one time. That would be lovely.
I mean, I do it as well, but you know, I'll get peer pressured eventually to actually doing it. That's the difference.
Okay. Well, you're here, you know. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it from my hole. I'm going to seal me up for another week, and we'll go on to the...
I could use a coffee right now, to be honest.
Go on, say it. Go say it. Say it.
Coffee.
In the most... Yeah, break. Coffee break.
We say water, coffee.
Water. Okay. So we're going to go into the coffee break now. So this week's episode is going to be on a topic that's very close to my heart as a child. Subbuteo. Now, Danny, do you know what Subbuteo is without probably looking it up? No, really? No way.
I dropped out of university, so, you know.
Okay.
My education's a bit limited. And
that's the thing. There's the reason that there's probably a lot of people in the UK now that don't actually know what Subbuteo is anymore.
Definitely.
Because it's kind of fallen off the map. It's kind of like a British institution. for many, many, many years. So I've got some Wikipedia blurb we'll go through in a bit.
Same.
But just have you?
No,
So just to give you the context of what it actually is, it's a football game where you used to have. We'll start with the pitch first, and it was a felt pitch. So you used to have to find somewhere flat to put it on, and generally put some sticky tape on the ends to stretch it out a bit, because it would get creased in the box no matter what the fuck you did with it. The players, you'd have 10 players. They would be on a base, and this base, you need to flick the base. Oh, God. You need to flick the base in order for that footballer to move across the felt and into the ball. There's a little ball. You had 2 goals, and so under the goal, a stick would protrude under the goal, which would have a goalkeeper on the end of it as well. So yeah, you used to go like that to try and stop the goals going in. Is that reminiscent to anything that you have over in the States?
We do. There's an American version, which I'm drawing the blank on, but basically you're on opposite ends, and you got the sticks on each side, and there's a player attached, and you're moving them back and forth, and you're kicking a ball as you go. So it's foosball, I think, is what we call it. That sounds right.
Oh, well, so you have like this is... So when you're talking about foosball, we have foosball as well. So this is basically like you get the levers basically, and you hit them. There's no levers on this one really. This is just you lean over a table and flick a little miniature soccer player into a ball. And hopefully you get it near the other person's goal. So it's kind of like table football.
That sounds pretty hard, honestly.
On a very smaller scale. This is a British institution. We don't make it easy for ourselves. So, like the blurb. So the thing was invented by Peter Adolf.
Yeah, unfortunate name.
Not German. In 1947. So he sold it to John Waddington in 1969, so it's Waddington Games. Waddington made a shitload of games in the UK for many, many years.
You've missed the bit where the guy who you're talking about stole the idea. So this was originally someone else's idea, but I suppose
everyone steals ideas.
Yeah.
How do you think Circle Relics fucking became a thing? Come on.
Let's do it.
Yeah, there you go, So after Hasbro bought Waddington Games in 1994, so the Americans bought it, sadly, Subbuteo sales declined to basically nothing in 2003. It stopped. Hasbro did relaunch it in 2005, and I remember this, and they made like photorealistic card-style figures. I remember Rooney's fat head on it, to be honest. That was fucking disgusting. That launch didn't go down well. And then it was bought it was licensed by Hasbro to a company called 11 Force, 2012, right? So it's been over with them for a long period of time. Nobody's seen it really, but I keep seeing clips on the intrawebs about Spanish people getting really like, was it what do they say when they get really happy?
Vámonos?
Vamonos, yes, vamonos, yeah. Yes, vamonos. They're bloody loving it, and I'm like, okay, why is it with Spain then? And I found, just looking at what they've said in here, they awarded it to another. Hasbro awarded it the license to someone else in 2020 called Longshore, although 11 Force remains Subbuteo Spanish distributors, because that's all they wanted to do.
That's all they gave a shit about.
Exactly. So I was thinking, where the hell has it been for the last 12 years? It's been in Spain.
Solely in Spain. No way.
Solely in Spain. So the stuff that they have out now, which is absolutely mind-blowing, you do have, and this is because we just grew up with, like, I mean, I don't remember, like, Chris, if you remember it, you used to get all the different kits on it as well, like... You used to buy a team of 11 players.
I used to get, so I support Southampton, so I'd get on the box it would say Southampton, because we played in red and white stripes, so it would be Southampton, Sheffield United, and Sunderland, because they all play in the same kind of kit. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So you could have like 5 sets, but you would have like 25 teams, or do you know what I mean?
We used to have like Villa and Burnley and stuff like that.
Yeah, West
But they used to be. They got really specific. You remember
Sharp.
the one where you had the red stripe across it like that, and it was just that Southampton, because there's no other. I remember having the Man United grey away kit. You know, the one where they disappeared on the field.
One. Yeah, that was against us. And at one point they started putting like the shirt sponsors on there. So I think the Man United one had Sharp at one point that I had.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But recently, and this is why I thought this was absolutely amazing. Not necessarily. So they do the women's edition of it, which I think is really cool, right? But they also have just brought out a VAR set.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't understand what it meant.
It's nothing. It's like a toy TV screen at the side with a toy referee looking like Adolf, actually, going Achtung on the side. But ultimately, we live in a world where we have a Subbuteo VAR set. I think it's absolutely insane, to be honest.
But that was one of the things that I liked back in the day, is I had like a little FA Cup, and I'd have like the stand and stuff. And you know what I mean? I liked the kind of accessories that went with it that made it more...
I like the cups. The cups
were cool, yeah. I've still got mine.
Do you remember they used to come in the little green box?
The little box, yeah.
Yeah, they were cool, man. Anyway, different times we live in. Anything else, Chris, on the Subbuteo front before we move on?
The only thing that I didn't... Because they used to bring out cards, so they would do like football cards when I was growing up. They weren't the best, but there is... One of the cards I remember, it's a streaker card. So it's like a guy with no clothes on, just like holding his, junk. And I'm like, no way could you do that card now in like a kid's... Nope. That was a kid's product. Do you know what I mean?
How well and the only other thing... Sell? If it's out in the open market, how well does it sell?
Oh, yeah.
Is that like a...
I think it would get pulled now, wouldn't it? The only other thing I saw on it was that I never knew there was a Subbuteo like video game. It came out in 1990 on the Amiga, and it got 95% rating. So at the time, it was like one of the best games out there, which just again seems crazy.
I think ultimately the only thing that we need to cover before we close this off is actually the tactics, because the best thing you could do with it, Danny, it's hilarious, is that with you, if you had a kick with the goalkeeper, theoretically, if you booted it down the field and it hit one of any player's head, really, to be honest, if it hit your head or one of the other players' heads and it went straight in the goalkeeper's goal on the other side after hitting someone, that was fucking bliss. Because you were like, I just fucked you right up, son. And I personally stopped playing it because my dad kept cheating. I just remember playing and I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm a bit... what's happened to all my players here? And he'd basically stolen 4 of my players off the field and was like, meh. Like, yeah, we're done, mate, we're done. I was only 5. No, I kid. Anyway, anything else, Chris?
I tell you what, one thing. So I've been selling on eBay since like 2001, and one of the first things that I ever sold, like in terms of like big value, was all my Subbuteo stuff. And I sold it to some guy in Italy, and I never had as many problems. And you think I was like fucking 16 or something. And I never had as many problems and messages and stuff. And this was in the time before eBay would help you at all. So I had to deal with this crazy Italian, and all of it got stolen in the end. And so basically I don't sell anything to people in Italy ever since selling this Subbuteo thing. I just can't do it, man. They're too
Danny, did you know we were xenophobic in this on this podcast? You'll fit right in. You'll fit right in.
I have an Italian background, so yeah, that's my heritage.
Yeah.
Hands across America, you fit in rightly with the xenophobic slurs, mate. I tell you, you love it. You love it.
Listen, we grew up in different eras. That's all I could say. It was a different time back in the day. I've survived cancellations, and I could survive anything. So,
damn straight.
What are you gonna do?
I'm surprised I haven't gone through one yet.
I'm surprised you haven't gone through one.
Consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, they they sense me quite heavily on the show, to be honest.
Hey, it's not how you start; it's how you finish. That's what I always say.
Brilliant. Anyway, so okay, let's no more of that now. We'll move on to purchases of the week. Danny, do you want to go first? It's up to you, mate. You can go first. You can go second. You can go third. I don't mind.
I was happy with I did a whatnot break with Marcus Brandon, who Chris mentioned before, and he hit me a Grayson Waller auto booklet from Immaculate.
Ooh, nice.
I was very happy with that. And that spot, I think I bought for like $12. So a nice win there. I was happy with that. I've been getting more into breaking just because I keep thinking, I'm like, I'll open up a box and it'll be, call it, $200, $300 US. And it's like, I'm getting nothing. But if I want to collect just my favorite wrestlers who I want to invest in, I might as well spend that $200 into multiple cases or boxes. And I like my chances a little better. So It's starting to pay off for me entering these breaks.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in if you buy your own stuff, I'd say you're on, and especially as well, like if you collect you don't mind anything that comes out of that box, then great, fantastic. Like everything's a win for you. But when you get into the hobby and you start PCing people, and 95+% of what you are going to hit on a box, you're just going to go meh, or try to sell on anyway afterwards. There's no real point. It's always nice hitting a big card. Don't get me wrong. When you rip something or on EPAC and you hit a massive thing, it's like, oh my god, I just did this. But you also get that from breakers as well, and I'd say that feeling for me is equal because I see it as my card. I don't see it as the breakers. I see it as my card. It's I've paid for the spot. That is mine. So, I think a lot more people have gone the way of breaking though.
Well, is that the style that's now preferred in the UK? Just because it's probably a lot more difficult for you guys to get product than it is for me when it's in my backyard.
Yeah, there is that as well. So, like, product at a reasonable price is one thing. You guys are obviously paying a lot less than we are, and that comes down to taxes a lot of the time as well. So, and I think one of the reasons we're with card tricks generally is because the one of the good things with them more than anything is they keep the prices down. You know, like, it's amazing really that the prices are where they are. So it swings and roundabouts, but I prefer breaking because it just eliminates all the other fluff I have to deal with. I've got a massive box of stuff, Chris. We're gonna have to meet up soon. Yeah. We're already talking about how we're gonna get rid of my backlog of shit, basically, that I've accumulated over the last couple of years. So, but it's space. A lot of it all boils down to having that amount of space for the extra bits and pieces that come with opening and ripping and stuff like that. Yeah. Chris, you don't mind that stuff. You collect fucking everything. So.
I'll collect everything, and at some point I'll just get rid of it all, but I'm terrible for it. But I do feel what Danny said, like, I open a lot on YouTube, so I kind of always have that excuse when I'm doing it for trying to make this channel work and stuff. But after, I think I opened like a Revolution, Elite, and something else, and it was just pure trash. Like, the autos I was getting, you're not even making 25, 30 quid back on them, and it's like a £200 box, so like $240 sort of thing, and you're just like, shit. But I still prefer ripping stuff myself than seeing a breaker rip it for me. It's still something that doesn't beat that feeling for me.
Right. That's the thrilling part of breaking, is you open a pack, you do not know what's going to be in there. It could be a 50-cent card or it could be $1,000 card. It's, the opportunity is always the fun part. And even like, for me, I'm a huge baseball fan. So there's product coming out every week. but it's the same every opening day. It's like me and my brother getting a hobby box just to rip because we're excited about watching baseball. The season's back. We want to get some cards, and it doesn't matter if you get anything good or bad. It's just the fun of kind of ripping open some packs.
I have to question that. How can you be a massive baseball fan if you support the Mets?
Because I'm a self-admitted wanker. That's why. It's a crappy life to live, but hopefully one day I get to rejoice. We'll see.
I only joke because I'm a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, well,
for my sins.
Yeah.
Who was up next? Was it me who was up next?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Not really much, to be honest. I did buy a couple of cards from Chris from Card Tricks for singles. He always looks out. For some reason, Danny, I've started to collect Karen Cross. Please do not tell Zane Morning. God knows he'll kill me. Literally, he chose me. I didn't choose him. So Cross, that is not Mr. Morning. Anyway, so here I got the gold at 10 premium patch and the out 99. So I already had the 25. So I've got the 10, the 25, and the 99.
Nice.
Will I buy the 101 if it comes up? I don't know. We'll see. I keep every break that I seem to go for Cross at the minute, he's either twinned with Scarlet, so the prices just go fucking insane, or I go to get him and someone has already got him, and I'm like, Cross is not a popular person to get. Stop. Right. Why are you doing this? So yeah, and on the card trick side, there's another person who keeps buying Cross at the minute as well. So I'm just
like last night, the Cross spot sold to somebody who was going for Scarlet, and then they did hit a Scarlet also, I think, like to 25.
Yeah. So, but I can get
She
that.
hits
like,
a lot.
yeah, if I see them both twin, there's no I'll go anywhere near it. 'Cause there's no point, because that price is
half the spot. Yeah,
exactly. Well, and that other half of the spot is going to sell a lot more than the spot I'm looking for. So I just kind of leave it. But yeah, when it's just Cross by himself and he's going for a premium price, I'm like, seriously?
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
Oh, beautiful hair.
It keeps beating champions. That's why. No, I don't know. Like it's kind of if it's not him, then you know what I mean. I always like Bron Breaker, yeah, but the price is just insane at the minute. Like they're just going up and up and up and up, and I can't justify the prices for Bron. I know they're nowhere near like people who would collect. For example, Becky Lynch, those wankers. I would never go anywhere near that kind of trash, because it's just too much money for what you're gonna get from Becky. Because I like Becky really. I like her really. She's all right.
I've actually been experiencing that with Tiffany Stratton lately. Her prices are up there, but if you hit, you're walking away doing well. So
that's it.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's when you're spending 100, 250 at a clip. It's if you're not hitting, it adds up, and it's like, well, what am I doing here? I could have just bought the auto I wanted or the card I wanted.
I saw someone buy an first off the line immaculate spot for it the other day for over $200.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And they hit an out of 6 FATL patch.
Wow.
Also. So it's like, well, you're paying the big money, but sometimes you're going to get the big rewards. So it's all whether or not you're willing to lose that kind of money. So
right. I had to get into that mindset, though. It's like, I'm thinking at it in terms of, okay, if I'm entering a break, it would be the same as if I'm going to a hobby shop to rip open a box. So if I spend $150 on spots, even if I don't get anything, I know if I go to the store, I'm probably not getting anything either. So it's, I actually saw a lot of complaining today. I was watching Medina's stream, and someone was complaining about his pricing being a little too high, but it's like, he was mentioning that he gets messages sometimes when spots don't hit from customers. And it's like, well, you don't go back to your hobby shop to complain if you get nothing out of your box. You just got to take it on the chin. It is what it is. So I'm trying to equate it that way to make it make sense.
Yeah. That dude is honestly, he's the nicest guy in the world, but he's got the fattest fingers I've ever seen. Like, they're strong fingers. I'm not saying like chubby. Like, yeah, they are like, when they're ripping packs, you know those packs are being ripped.
He hits like, some crazy cards.
Yeah.
He's one of the top breakers. If you're looking for a hit, he hits one of ones and big cards all the time.
Oh, when we did our last before Mania, we always do our Hall of Fame, and we did breakers this year, and Medina was up there. Sadly, P-Bear won, but
why do you give that wanker any more clout?
He bloody loved it, but
I'm sure
he did. Yeah, much love to Medina. Other than that, I've just been buying a shed load of Pokemon. Yeah. Generally, I don't know why. Chasing that little electric prick everywhere, and it's been fun. It's been fun. I've really umbrellaed, Chris. Like, I won't do it on the show. I'll send you the of what I'm collecting recently. It's pretty cool. Like, I've got quite a few Pokemon I'm after at the minute.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because you're buying a lot of Pokemon. I'm selling a lot of Pokemon. The Euros are on. I've got lots of On the Ball, the England Pokemon crossover thing.
Yeah, I've got that. You little
I'm selling them by this fucking
shed
load
bastard kicking that ball. And before the last thing really, I've bought other stuff, but I need to spread it out this month because it's been an expensive month. I bought the Kofi Kingston Immaculate. It is out of 43, I think this patch is. It is out of 40, 36 out of 43. And it's his arm and his tricep, and it looks like his butt.
Looks like a butt cheek.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a relic right there.
That is straight in the filth, PC.
Yeah.
But
those cards do well. They really do. I mean, really the Ronda Rousey UFC in her ass card, that does quite well. Did you ever see the Kofi Kingston, the Eddie Kingston penis relic I have? No, I haven't.
I'll send it to you. Yeah. It's going into our Hall of Fame next year. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of it. Yeah, it's a great little one. Great big one actually. That came out. That butt was on sale, and I said, I can't buy it. I really can't buy it. And then I did go back and nudge Chris and said, "You still got it?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, I have to buy it. So there you go. That's it from me, Chris. Go on, mate.
So, I wanted to say not a busy week, but there's quite a few bits on it. Let's start off Card Foundation Podcast Facebook group. So, sales in there. Russ the Sailor. He just put up loads of like singles, just low end stuff, but he had a lot of cards that I PC the guys of, and they were all numbered. So, just did a little deal with him. Appreciated that. He did initially go, "Wow, I've priced these way too low," and I was like, "Dude, no, I just PC these guys." It's like Jim the Anvil Neidhart and stuff. It's not like anything massive. So yeah, thanks to Russ. Picked up an action-packed. Dave, how you doing on yours?
I think I got 20.
20. So how many is there? 25?
Yeah.
I'm at 15. So I picked up Roman Reigns, £5.
See, I still need Roman, man. It's one of the ones I need. I've got how many golds you got? I've got 3 golds now.
I've only got 1 gold, The Rock. So
yeah, I picked up that Cena the other day, didn't I? So I've got Mankind, Cena, and Sammy.
Nice.
Between us, we can. If you get the ones that I don't get, we'll get a set together.
So yeah, Roxanne Perez, somebody who I've started PCing a lot more lately. Perv, yes.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
It's kind of similar to you with Cross. I just took her in a random break and I hit. I think I hit like a select flash auto. but it had a massive print line, so I sold it. But then I was like, I kind of didn't want to sell that, and then I hit a few more times on her, and I was like, hold up, actually, I might start PCing because I see a good upside there as well. So
yeah, you know.
Well, do you know what I mean? If you look, me and Tommy kind of did it with Rhea Ripley to a degree and kind of stocked up on some cards, and I've sold everything now and I made bank on it. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping to do the same here. But
so
yeah,
I don't do that generally. Like you know, I've collected Bron, but I haven't collected Bron to really sell him. I've just collected Bron to PC him.
Yeah,
I'm not buying to sell eventually, but. You're very much like Tommy and Trav and people, everyone that I basically know. I wouldn't. Thing is, I know Jamie, who's like a super collector, fucking collects everything, and he doesn't do much with it. He just gets loads of boxes and stuff.
Sets and stuff.
But I know people who they're trading cards, so you buy to sell, buy to sell, whatever. Not So I get that, but I'm just not like that. Like, I just don't buy someone and go, you know what, give it 6 months, I'm going to sell that for an absolute bank. And I'm not saying that you're wrong for doing that, because that's what this hobby, this community is kind of all about. But I just haven't really got to that part. It's a bit of a weird one, though, isn't it? It's like,
it's just
I know
some
this
people,
is
I think,
habits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's something that I've done my entire life, though. So, like, I used to do it with basketball shirts, for instance. I used to buy basketball shirts and then sell them in the UK and make loads of money on it that way. Even though I like basketball shirts and I wanted to wear them, kind of similar to cards, I guess, to a degree. But yeah, Roxanne picked up a Pen Pals also from Dom Russ Elite. Revolution 23 I got to 49, and then like just some fractals and lower down bits like that, and then again just the same with Select 23, just some colored parallels. But yeah, the collection, considering I started it like, I don't know, 2 months ago, I think I've got about 35-40 like half decent cards now, so it's coming along.
She's one of those people that sways in like the spots for breaks. Absolutely. She can either go really cheap or I wouldn't say high, but
last night
really.
I think it was 2 boxes of Chronicles, 1 box of Immaculate. I paid £32, but it was just because somebody bid me up, and I was like, mate, I've had this spot the whole way through. Yeah. I'm not going to give it up now. So,
but that's what I'm saying. She is one of the most changeable people, because if you don't get someone in the break that likes her, then she ain't going to sell.
That's it.
But like, you'll always, with Tiffany, it's always going to be a high commodity. Rhea, she'll always be a high commodity. Yeah. Roxanne is just in that kind of halfway house.
Yeah, and I think Cora Jade is the same. I picked Cora Jade spots up last night for sort of £6-7 pounds. So yeah.
Okay.
It's a shame too, because if she stayed healthy, she'd be a higher price spot in any break, really.
That's it. Yeah, because she's been out at the moment. Is that might be part of it as well, like why she's cheaper spots and stuff. So, a little bit completely left here. WCW cards from Peru.
You went Paddington Bear way.
Me and Paddington Bear, apparently. Yeah. So they say Peru. They say they're from Peru in the listing of the title, and then I looked at the back and they look like they're in some kind of Spanish or whatever.
Did they come in a marmalade sandwich?
No, they've not turned up yet. I'd hope that they do, or like a briefcase or something.
That'd be nice. Marmalade sandwich in a briefcase. There's some packing we haven't seen before.
But yeah,
white fucking envelope.
Yeah, that is true, especially from the UK. But yeah, there was a British Bulldog card in there that I wanted. There was also a Chris Benoit card in there, so that will likely be a quick sell on. Not something that I think I want in my PC. And then lastly, breaks. So as I said, we've been doing lots with card tricks, of course. And before I go into breaks, Daddy, we used to do loads of breaks with the CFP, but when P-Bear moved over to Fanatics Live, we can't even download the app in this country. So even though we've all got like US addresses and stuff, we still can't get on there. So that sucks. I miss P-Bears.
Let me talk to Michael Rubin, the owner of Fanatics, and see what I could maybe come up with.
Excellent. Next,
I'll put a word within a word of Phil
Kick him up the arse and go, the
we'll
UK is suffering over here, bud.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I've been breaking a little more than I'm used to lately. I kind of want to get back to selling on Whatnot. So I don't know if I'm going to dive in headfirst and do my own thing or what the deal is, but I'll keep you guys posted if I do.
Cool, man.
Excellent. But yeah, so last night it was like, obviously the Money in the Bank was on. So we had Chronicles and Immaculate Breaks, one after the other. I think I took Bret Hart and Roxanne and Cora in nearly all of them, and I hit nothing. Nothing. But I randomly, in the last break, they were doing 5 seconds sudden death. So I ended up getting the Bobby Heenan spot for like a couple of quid. And it had, kind of similar to how you got your Billy Graham 1 of 1, I think, Dave. It had like another wrestler in there, Gerald Briscoe. So I ended up with a Gerald Briscoe Immaculate heralded signatures to 10.
Wow.
That's right.
Just some absolute nonsense. Yeah. I was just like, okay. But
Take it.
There you go. That's about it from me
That's cool,
this week.
Nice. Well, we'll move over now for a quick word from our sponsors.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Join Card Tricks UK on Whatnot Daily, your only stop for regular wrestling breaks in the UK. Ooh, Chris, Casper, and the team welcome you to join the hunt for rare autographs, relics, and one-of-ones from wrestling stars past, present, and future. What you gonna do, brother?
Okay, we're back. So, top 5, Mega 5. We're not necessarily going to do a Mega 5, and I'll explain that later on, but we'll do a top 5. So this week, to round out our tables, ladders, and chairs, oh yeah, this has been so much fun. Thank you, Jamie, for doing this, for fuck's sakes. So we're on tables, finally. All right, Danny, do you want to go through your top 5?
Yeah, let me pull up the chat here that we had off to the side so I remember what I actually put.
Yeah.
For that would be nice, right?
It's all right. We like dead air. It's fine.
Oh, we do. We do. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Here we are. My top 5. So you want me to go from number 1 to number 5 or number 5 to number 1?
Number 5 to number 1.
Sure.
Go on,
I will kick things
Chris,
off.
Go on. Sorry, Chris, you were about to say something? Sorry?
Quickly, so just before Danny starts, Jamie said he was going to do one.
I didn't ask.
I haven't seen
too
one.
Busy. No. Honestly, that back and second crack he's getting is like a really deep one. Yeah, so I just thought I'd leave it to him. Yeah.
Cool.
Right between the cheeks. Go on, Danny.
Sure. All right, my number 5 I put in just because this might be the worst wrestling card in history. It is a 2012 Topps WWE Slam Attacks Rebellion Announcer's Table prop card. It is just a card of the announce table. And it is not even with the logo of like WWE. It's not the Raw table. It is a black table.
I appreciate it.
Who would want that? I don't know. But It's so bad it's good. And now it's in my top 5. So why not, right? Yeah, so I had to start off with that. My number 4. I think this is it's a cool card. And there's a couple of different Dudley ones in there. But 2001 Fleer WWF, the TLC foil set. The Dudley Boys 3D card. Perfect image of, it's iconic. The 3D is an iconic move. They're an iconic tag team. Devon get the tables, have to do it. My number 3, maybe one of the dumbest relics I have seen. 2018 Topps Heritage, the commemorative relic of a table in their TLC set. And one of the best names out of that was Braun Strowman. So I picked Braun Strowman on that card.
Someone who I'm miniaturely PCing these days. Yeah. So I got a big love for Braun.
Do you guys like the manufactured relic cards?
No,
I'm not a fan.
No,
I kind of do like any relic card.
Here we go.
I mean, I'm not a hater of relics at all. I get, some people get mad that they're not, match used or game used, so to speak. But I think it serves a purpose. They're fun to collect with nice colors and stuff thrown in there. But the commemorative stuff, I have a little hard time where it's just like a pin or a piece of metal.
So the one that we did like
It was,
the faces.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I mean. They did like the Ultimate Warrior face paint, the Sting, Papa Shango. I like those ones. I quite liked the logo ones, but I didn't like the SummerSlam and things like that. But I wasn't so keen on like the made up logos for wrestlers, like I think there was like an Alexa Bliss one and things like that. Maybe not.
We're saying that the logo ones in Immaculate though. Oh, they are so good, and they are kind of what we're talking about really, but they are to an nth degree really. So that's pretty cool. But generally, yeah, we think they're scum, Danny. Move on.
Yeah. All right. My number 2, I think entirety in the set 2021 Upper Deck AEW Spectrum. You could call the table for 2 or the table for 4, but the 2 I thought was probably the best one of the bunch was the MJF Chris Jericho Auto Relic from that set. I was torn between that or the Cody and Dustin, but MJF is the guy in AEW, so I went with that one there in particular. Then to round out, my number 1, 2021 Topps Fully Loaded. Anything feature with Mommy is number 1 in my heart. So the Rhea Ripley Auto Table Relic from that set.
Cool.
Big card, yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. Love it.
A card that I owned and I regret selling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you guys are buying and the selling. You're gonna get those regrets.
I'm gonna get burned. I'm gonna get burned. Yep.
Okay, I'll go through mine quickly then. So number 5, I had Sting. Card number 3, match dated moments Revolution, where he's jumping very high.
How about this? Right in front of me.
You got it.
There it is.
There you go.
Right on hand.
Cool. Number 4 was Bubba Ray. This was card 16 from Flair WWF Mania 01, where he's just basically looking like a madman after a breakage of a table. It's very cool. You don't see those kind of images on cards, to be honest. So it's very, very cool. Number 3, I channeled Jamie because I know he would want this card on this list. He loves this card. I know he does. And that's Shane McMahon flying an elbow into the Undertaker onto the announcer's table from outside the ring. Card number 46. Topps Road to Mania. I can't remember the year, actually. Should have put the year on there. I'm going to say 2017. There you go. Number 2, Jericho and the Dudleys versus Kurt, Edge and Christian. Card TLC Flair WWF Raw is War 2001. I had this same subset for... Did we do ladders last time?
Yeah.
Pretty sure I had it for ladders as well, but this is really cool. This is Edge going through the table with all of them around there. It's really cool, man. Really, really cool. And number 1, Stacy card. Cover shots. I was going to say card cover shots. Stacy Keibler cover shots. Card number 5, Flair Absolute Divas 2002, with the Dudley boys either side of her, with a bit of table covering up her modesty. Very cool card. Everyone knows that card. It's a very famous card for Stacy. Go on, Chris.
How would you have liked to have been the Dudley boys, though, during that photo shoot?
Yeah.
That's a great time.
Yeah. It's a great time to be alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So number 5, similar to Danny, I've gone for Slam Attacks. So as Danny said, every year that these Slam Attacks have come out, they have released a card that is either just a picture of a table, a chair, or a ladder. And yeah, weird. So as Danny said, so bad it's good. But in 2015, they saw the light and they thought, you know what, we'll add something to this. So the 2015 Then Now Forever Slam Attacks is a table, but it's Ambrose jumping off the turnbuckle onto Seth. So yeah, I just picked that one because it was something a little bit different to just the table. But yeah, Slam Attacks, wow, every year. Raw Deal, number 4, announcers table. So it's Brock Lesnar, kind of like, I just imagine like early 2000s, 2003, something like that, power bombing RVD through the announcers table, and it looks really brutal. It looks like he's about to hit like the edge, like the corner where it kind of meets. And I just don't think you'd probably not get away with releasing this card nowadays. It just looks a little bit too brutal. It was kind of like that chair shot one you had last week with The Rock and Foley, where Foley's like just waiting for the chair shot. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't think that flies anymore. No. Number 3, Devon, get the table. So I've gone Dudley Boys as well. I've gone, do you remember when they came back in 2016?
Yeah.
So Road to WrestleMania 2016, they've got their card is 3D through the table. And yeah, it's just a cool, as Danny said, it's just a cool one to have, isn't it? Number 2, again, Danny, I've just copied your fucking top 5.
Oh, that's all right. Great minds think alike.
I've gone for table for 2. So this is just one that I have randomly that I just picked up in a lot. I went for Eddie Kingston and John Moxley just because of the hardcore dynamic to it. I tried to find the auto one, but I literally, even on 130 point and sold listings, I couldn't find it. So it's in the checklist, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, I think that one's cool. I'd like to own that one. And then number 1, Fully Loaded. I've gone for the table relic, of course, but the Jeff Hardy auto relic. And again, similarly to the last one, I couldn't find this card, so I've seen it on the checklist. It must exist. So yeah, number 1 for me.
Cool. Nice one. Well, we're not going to do... Well, actually, before we go, why were all of the AEW table relics red?
They're like two-tone almost. They're like
I was
red
wondering that too.
and...
Some pictures are like really red. Like almost like
my
bright red.
one here is like half. It's like half and half.
Yeah.
Weird, I don't
Redwood?
know. Redwood.
They don't look red when they're on TV, though. So, I don't know. But anyway.
I'd be curious to go back in the archives of like AEW, photos from some of their matches to see if like maybe they were spray painted or what the deal was.
Don't know. But that's why we ask the questions. So, look, we're not going to do a Mega 5 this week. Apologies, but we're just not. So, it is a bit difficult, this one, because I didn't know where we were going to go with it, to be honest, and we could take a while to try and figure it out. But Jamie did want to do something as well, and I think this is fitting, especially when he's not here as well, to do in his honour. So Jamie has, for a while now, wanted one card into the Hall of Fame for next year, for 2025. We haven't listed it on our list. So this is the Dudley's Matchmakers Memorabilia Fleer WWF All Access 2002. So it's the Dudley Boys with 2 bits of table relic. That, instead of having a Mega 5 this time round, Danny, if you ever join us again, we'll definitely Mega 5 you. But this time round, that card is going into our Hall of Fame next year. So, well done, Dudley Boys. Woohoo. Yay! We will have the Dudley Boys all over our lists anyway. If you mention tables, that's what they are. That's what they do. So, okay. So, look, we're getting to the end of we're getting to really the end of the show, and I have to do the spiel in a second. But before I do that, Danny, I know you were limited for time today, so I was actually going to, all the way through the actual show today, I was actually going to ask you a series of questions. Yeah. So I'm limiting myself to the most important question before we leave the show, okay? So on a scale between 1 and 10, where 1 is strongly disagree and 10 is strongly agree, yeah. So the question is Mark Sterling a cunt?
Let's see how I can answer that.
You don't have to answer the question. We all know he's an 11.
I will play the answer of I haven't talked to him enough to have an opinion. How about that?
Well, just say he's a 1 then. He's a 1. You strongly disagree.
There you go. Yep.
There you go.
Well, I mean, like for example, so like with the Major Pod group, I I could tell you if you ask me what Brian Myers is, that's a 10.
Oh,
that's my boy right there.
I know he's lovely.
Yeah.
But,
so he's the only one that I've like consistently have had conversations with when I see him, and
This is it's just banter. It's all jokes, as Ricky Gervais says. It's all jokes.
Actually, well, speaking of which, hold on a sec. I'm gonna send you. How about a Smart Mark Sterling Card Foundation Pod autograph card? I have a few left in the chamber. Would you like one for me to send?
No, I'll burn it. If you send it, I will burn it.
Sounds good.
And I'll make an effigy of the cunt as well. No, I love him really. Sorry, Margaret. Sorry. No, I don't know. I fucking hate him. Anyway, so we'll move on to the end of the show. Danny, would you like to give your rundown of where everyone can find you and all your bits, your outro bits?
Yeah. For first and foremost, thank you guys for having me on. It's always a great time getting to talk to fellow collectors, friends, which all blossom from CFP. I got to give myself a little pat on the back there. But yeah, we're on Apple, Spotify, the Card Foundation podcast. We drop episodes every Thursday or so. We have a Patreon. If you want to support us, sign up. If not, no big deal. We thoroughly enjoy podcasting. We're almost going on 180 weeks now, so it's the highlight of the week for us.
Cool, man. Thank you.
That's all I got.
Oh, God, I have to do the spiel now. This is Jamie's bit normally. So, okay. So, if you'd like any of our merch, you can go onto eBay or you can go to Jamie directly. He's on the Facebooks. He's on the X's.
He's on Twitter,
He's on everywhere. So, yeah, please look into that if that floats your boat. You can find the Squared Circle Relics podcast on Facebook. You can find us on WhatsApp. We are part of the Card Tricks UK WhatsApp group. So please come over. There's a massive community on there as well. It's not just us that's on there. You've got the whole Card Tricks UK community on there in multiple different rooms. So please go and check that out. If you want to go onto Whatnot and go on and see our sponsors / partners, Card Tricks, you have got a plethora of partners that they are with loads of different discount codes and all of that jazz to get bits and pieces off. That includes WrestleCrate, that includes MGC, and that includes Superpower Toys. And breathe. Chris, was that right?
Perfect, mate. Perfect.
Lovely. Thank you. So, Chris, go on, mate. Do your thing.
Yeah. Obviously, find me at Cambridge Trading Cards on YouTube and Instagram. I'm also now apparently solely running the SCR Instagram myself. Dave and Jamie have both told me they are no longer logged in.
I never even had the.
Dave has never been logged in.
Never. Don't know. I'm too old, man.
We could relate to that over at CFP.
YouTube wise, I'm kind of just waiting for Prism now. I'm not overly wanting to open Chronicles anymore and things, so done too many breaks with that. So yeah, Prism incoming. I had a few cheap like Slam Attacks tins that I was going to open. That's where I got, I showed you that Sweet Chin Music card.
Yeah.
So that's where I got that from last night.
Cool.
Yeah, so not really a lot. One thing I did buy today, actually, from Smith's, the shit Panini. I can't think what it is. Just called Panini, isn't it? The little P in the corner.
Yeah.
The UK one. I picked up like 20 packs
Debut,
of that.
whatever it's called.
Debut, yeah, that's it. Because surprisingly, that video of that product on my YouTube has like 5k views or something, and I just
the Americans
know
love it, don't they? Because they didn't see it though.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so some more of that coming soon. But yeah, that's about it from me.
Cool.
Sign us up.
So D_Lloydy boy from me on Insta. Nobody's messaged me yet, Chris, on it. So.
Don't message him.
Okay, thanks. Other than that, I don't think there's much more on WhatsApp. As I said before, on the Facebooks. Come and find us if you really want to find us. If you want to chat, cool. If not, cool. Other than that, let's get out of here. So, say you later, boys. See you, bye.
See you later.
Bye, wankers. Bye.
And fuck John Cena.